Well, hello you gorgeous mother truckers, you fellow rebels, and welcome to another video. Now, I think we can all agree, well, most of us with common sense and logic, and that means that leaves all the left-wing idiots and the members of the Labour Party out of the equation, that we live in a two-tier tyrannical system. We genuinely do. We went to sleep and then 6 weeks later we woke up into an alternate reality. And to highlight this, people have to speak up. I'm going to speak up even though obviously I know the potential risks of doing so. I can't believe that I'm living in the United Kingdom, a country that I served and defended, on the possibility that I might get arrested for having an opinion and pointing out the fact that what's happening in this country right now is wrong, where people are taking the moral high ground where there is no moral high ground to take, where they talk down to us and make us all feel like we're some sort of inferior race, and they can't understand why we're annoyed. I'm going to show you a tweet now. I'm not going to put the lady's name up, but it needs to be shared because this pretty much sums it up. And it's not the only ones I've seen. Loads and loads of people are doing it. And remember that when these people tweet these things, when these people do their YouTube videos, when they do their TikTok videos, when they're posting everywhere and anywhere, they all do it under the potential risk of being arrested, fast-tracked, and put in prison. So let's just share it. In fact, no, I will show the name of the lady who did it. So this is from Sarah Antoinette. And this is right. I'm going to read through it because some people say, why do you read things through when we can read it ourselves? Well, we also have to understand that sometimes people don't watch, they listen. So it's no good saying, look at this and read it yourself. Okay? It's, you got to think sometimes. So in any case, a 15-year-old boy who took part in the riots is facing up to 10 years in prison. A 51-year-old army veteran who merely standing around during the riots and showed no display of disorder or violence has been sentenced to a year in prison. So these would be criminal far-right thugs then, yeah? Meanwhile, the two Muslim brothers who attacked police officers in Manchester, one of whom punched a female officer in the face, have not yet been charged. I've done a video breakdown of the original video and then the full CCTV video showing you the assault, and my breakdown of how it happened and what happened. But they, and she forgot to say, of course, they're now on telly doing press conferences, somehow trying to portray that they're the victims somehow. Whoever wants to make the argument that there's no two-tier policing in this country, that there is no radical left agenda, that there is no corruption in our justice system, they had better have a fantastic argument to make. At this point, even the most unaware person can't deny what's going on in Starmer's new tyrannical dystopia. And that's the only good thing that's come out of this. And the only good thing that's come out of this is the thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who are now, slowly but steadily, awakening. In fact, there was a huge, after these riots, which again, I have to make sure that I reiterate, just in case, I have no support of riots, violence doesn't solve anything, but there is so much hypocrisy and double standards and bullshittery about this, it's unbelievable. But violence is not to be celebrated, instigated or whatever. It serves nothing. But people are awake now, and more people are awake. And every day that this Labour government does stuff, it awakens more people. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Now, at the moment, my particular channel, because in YouTube, you go up and down. So I was going up, doing really, really well, talks about riots and stuff. And now I'm flatlining again because, yeah, it's the way it is. But the only way, if you can't speak out, and don't get me wrong, I fully understand why you won't speak out. Okay? I get it. I really do. Is to find other channels that speak the truth. There are hundreds of us. There used to be not so many, but every day, more and more and more and more and more channels, more and more and more and more people are coming out and saying, this isn't right, I don't like this, what's going on? share their channels, subscribe to them, let your friends know about these channels. And then when you go on these, you'll find, like I do, I've got links to channels that I follow that you should be following. And so you can get the message even more. We need to spread the message far and wide. Tyranny, Starmer, the government want us all to shut up and be quiet and stop talking about it. But that's how tyranny goes on. There's a little quote up there by Edmund Burke about, all that evil needs to succeed is for good men to stay quiet. Not staying quiet. We're really not. Because you can't. Tyranny wishes you to be quiet. That's how it prospers. And it's not going to prosper. We've got 5 years of this government. Whether many of us will still be here with YouTube channels and Twitter accounts by then, God only knows. And in reality, God is the only hope we've got, really. As I said, I've started a journey when all this started kicking off a few months ago, back to religion. And I know there's been an increase in religion and people trying to find something to believe in, because at the moment it's difficult to believe into anything. We're in a absolute dire situation of which the Labour government, instead of trying to deal with, just like the Conservatives before them and Labour before them, instead of trying to sort out and deal with the problems, we're just going to stick our head in the sand and blame everybody else for the fuck-ups that are occurring. This country is a massive clusterfuck at the moment and it needs to be sorted. But they're not going to do that. Instead, they're going to try and throw people like me in prison for daring to point out the fact that we're living in a clusterfuck. Any case, all I need for it and all I want someone to do is make this make sense. Make all this chaos make sense, because no one gets it. Everybody's just completely what's going on? All over the world, everybody's looking at England now and they're going, what the hell's going on? The home of free speech, the generator of free speech is now collapsing. And everybody else can see it. We can see it. But we're the enemy for saying so. Any case, enough of that. I'm done. So, until the next one.
This once great nation, eroded by